It's my pleasure to welcome our guest speaker, Professor Kate Simpson. Professor Simpson joined the University of Auckland in 2007 with a joint appointment in physics and chemical sciences. She received her PhD in the US in medical sciences with a focus on ultrafast vibrational dynamics of hemiproteins. After a Department of Energy Distinguished Postdoctoral Fellowship, she joined the chemistry department at Case Western Reserve University as an assistant professor to pursue research in ultrafast energy conversion in molecules. After earning tenure and promotion at CWRU, she moved to the University of Auckland, where her research now spans fundamental spectroscopy to applied device development. In 2010, Professor Simpson founded the Photon Factory with the University Science Faculty, which has attracted $3 million of commercial contracts by providing high-tech laser pulses for a wide range of applications. She has also founded 2 startups, Engender, founded in partnership with Uni Services, a company currently valued at $9.8 million, to commercialise the use of photonics to improve sorting of sperm by sex for the dairy industry, and Orbis Diagnostics, which has attracted seed investment to develop technology to analyse milk composition in the milking shed. Her work has won recognition from a number of quarters, including the Supreme Award in the KiwiNet Research Commercialisation Awards and a win in the AgTech section of the World Cup Technology Challenge in the US, the first ever win by an Australasian company, as well as multiple awards for teaching excellence. She has a strong teaching philosophy, seeing her role as helping students learn what they need to succeed in their own lives, and works hard to improve the outcomes for women and other underrepresented groups. Professor Simpson, we look forward to hearing what you have to say to us this morning.
Chancellor, Acting Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, colleagues from the University, graduands, families, and friends. I have attended many of these ceremonies, too many to count, and I've never had the chance to speak directly to you, the graduands. I have the best job in the world. It's my job, it's our mission, to help all of you achieve your life goals. And this is one of the few times we demonstrate that celebration of your efforts by literally applauding your successes. And there's a lot to applaud. I've seen a remarkable evolution in my classrooms over the years. Modern students, you guys, have this amazing drive to make a difference with a capital M and a capital D. This makes me very optimistic about our future. You science grads, you're going to be the ones who figure out some of our biggest global challenges. Clean drinking water, food for everyone, antimicrobial resistance, protecting our native plants and animals, our environment. You're our future. When I was your age, my grandfather said to me, "Live life so that in the end, when you look back, you'll have no regrets." He was from the South. He was a frighteningly authoritative figure. I loved and admired him tremendously, but I also was quite intimidated. So when I visited him just after graduating from university, and he reached out and touched me right here with that scary finger, my first thought was, oh my God, what did I do? Did I mess up? Why is he telling me this? And my second thought was, wait a minute, that sounds really boring and really hard, always having to be serious and responsible and to have no fun. It wasn't until years later that I realized that wasn't what he meant at all. For my grandfather, no regrets meant being an excellent doctor, helping heal the poor people in his rural Kentucky county in the middle of the United States. It also meant taking care of your family and being very responsible fiscally and personally. After he died, I found out that he would go to the African American church in his town on Sundays, and he would sit at a picnic table outside the church listening to the service. And when people came out of the church, he would hold an impromptu free clinic. See, racism dies slowly in some parts of the world, and the colored people in his town didn't have a doctor who would treat them. So even though my grandfather was white and it was not done, he did it anyway because it was the right thing to do. He died when he was 96, and he would have regretted not treating people because of their skin color. For my mother, who died at 58, no regrets meant grabbing life with both hands, burying her face in it like it was a ripe and delicious fruit, and relishing every minute, the highs and the lows, the laughing and the crying. She showed her love to her family and friends, and she spread that outward by expressing all of her passions in her art. Her regrets would have been quite different. In retrospect, it was my vocabulary that let me down. I thought no regrets meant taking no risks, showing no weakness, and making no mistakes. I like to think now that's not what my grandfather meant after all. See, you can regret taking a risk, but you can also regret not taking a risk. And I know for a fact that you learn more by failing than you do by succeeding, because I've done it lots and lots of times. So I think my grandfather meant, maybe a better way to say it when I talk to my own grandkids, is to say, always believe you can do better, you can be better, and this is the important part, and you get to decide what better means. Your mission now, you're sitting right here. You've just completed one very important phase, and you're embarking on another. Your mission is to figure out what better is to you. Is it to be a more thoughtful daughter, a kinder friend, or a more dedicated parent? To earn lots of money? To discover a cure for cancer or invent a new way to harness the energy of the sun? To be a stronger leader or a more compassionate one? To run a little faster, a little farther, or maybe a bit less competitively every single time? Well, I said at the beginning of this that I have the best job in the world, and I do. I get to discover new knowledge. I'm particularly keen to figure out how molecules and materials convert the energy that's carried by light into more useful forms of energy. This is happening right now on the backs of your eyes, where there's a molecule that's absorbing light, and it's converting that light into mechanical motion. That's the first step in vision. And outside, the plants are converting light into small molecular scale batteries. I'm driven to understand how molecules decide what it is they're going to do when they absorb energy in the form of light. I also get to use that knowledge to create new technology. One of our companies is using laser light to sort sperm by sex for the agriculture industry. Now, I have to admit, when I moved to New Zealand, I never thought I'd be the sperm queen, but you've got to solve the problems that are right in front of you, right? I'm totally excited to be able to do science that might have long and short-term benefits to New Zealand and to the rest of the world, to do my little bit. The thing is, I could do all of those things somewhere else. The reason I'm at a university is you guys. If my grandfather was around today, I would tell him this: being able to help you guys succeed in your own life goals, that's part of my better. It's a big part of my better. And so now I'm reaching out with my scary old lady finger and touching each one of you just above your heart and saying, go out there and figure out what better means to you, and then do better and be better. Thank you.